Hey there, what's going on, guys? Thanks for coming by the channel. I appreciate it. If it is your first time coming by the channel, I'm a part-time reseller. My name is Joe. I go by Not So Slim Pickin'. I go to yard sales, thrift stores, anywhere I can to buy items for as cheap as I can, and I flip it on eBay and other sites for a profit. So tonight I was just going to talk about something real quick. I had somebody leave me a question/comment here, Jay-Z Pat, and I wanted to make sure I brought attention to it and answered this question for them and other people that might need the help. First of all, Jay-Z Pat, I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope this helps, and I hope this helps other resellers or newbie resellers out there like myself at one point to identify single stitch t-shirts, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So real quick, what is so valuable about single stitch t-shirts and vintage t-shirts? Well, they're just hard to come by. They're just rare. You really can't find them too much anymore. Every once in a while I come across them at a yard sale, a thrift store, that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about a few things, how to identify them. I'll put up a few pictures as I'm talking about it. I don't really have one to show you right now because I sold them. But one of the most recent ones that was commented on from this video was from a past video, the San Jose Sharks one that I found. And pretty much the main thing of it is to identify vintage t-shirts and single stitch t-shirts are exactly in its name. In a t-shirt like this one that I have on now, they're all double stitched. I don't know if you can see that. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have did that. If you can see there, it's like double stitched. Oh, I didn't realize my hair was all like that. I was doing some yard work outside, just watering plants or whatnot. But yeah, I'm a mess. Anyway, but shirts you see now around the sleeve and at the end of the sleeve, there's two stitch lines. Old vintage t-shirts have just one stitch line. Okay, so that's the first thing I look for at the bottom of a t-shirt and on the sleeve is for one single stitch line, and I'll throw up a picture so you can see here. The second thing that I look for is the tag. The tag is normally made in USA, and sometimes it's like Hanes or Fruit of the Loom maybe, or something like that, or it's an older brand and it's a big tag and it'll say made in USA real big. So that's the second thing I look for, that I can tell that it's a single stitch t-shirt. And also the year. So the most valuable type of t-shirts, obviously if you find like a Guns N' Roses tour shirt from, in the 80s and it's a single stitch, I mean, that's going to be worth hundreds of dollars. I mean, that's going to be great for you to find. Every single stitch t-shirt's not going to be worth a ton of money, but they are going to be worth, if you can get them for $1, you'll probably get 20 to 40 bucks, maybe even more. I'll throw up a video here that I did off of a vintage single stitch t-shirt that I found. That was Animal House, and I got this at an online auction. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I'll link the video if I remember to do that I did on it in the description. And I held on to it, and I wanted to get more money out of it. I had offers for $40, $50, that kind of thing. I think I paid up for it around $17, $19. I don't remember. But I ended up selling it for $79.99 plus shipping. And real quick, funny thing on that, when I sold that t-shirt, it was going to Hollywood, California, and I thought, well, that was weird. But it was like not necessarily Hollywood, it was like Paradise Falls, or maybe not Paradise Falls, that might be from that Up movie, I don't remember. It was like Paradise something. And I said, wow, that's kind of like, sounds ritzy, And I looked at the name, and I'm like, well, let me just Google this name. So I Googled the name, and it was actually the same name as one of Dan Aykroyd's daughters. As you know, Dan Aykroyd was in Blues Brothers with Jim Belushi, who Jim Belushi was in Animal House, and his face was on that t-shirt. So now, that could be a stretch. I don't know. But I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So anyway, back to what I was saying. But in that vintage shirt, on the Animal House logo, I found the year on it, and I don't remember what the year was, but that's a good way to tell if it's an older t-shirt that's going to have the year usually next to the copyright logo or something like that. So the three things that I mostly look for, and there may be other things that identify them, but obviously the single stitch, the tag, if it's going to be a big tag made in USA, and then the year near the copyright logo. So When I'm looking for old t-shirts, I'm looking for like sports t-shirts, football, hockey, baseball, whatever. If they're old t-shirts, especially if it was like Houston Oilers or something like that, that a team that's not around anymore. I'm looking for old movies, pop culture items, MTV or something like that. 90s, 80s, like color block, those weird, bright, hot pinks, hot yellows, hot greens, finding t-shirts like that. Those are going to be worth more money. So that's about it. I hope that helps. And really, when you start looking for them and you find a couple of them, you'll be surprised how quickly it'll pop out right in your eye. And it's not so much that you'll recognize the stitching first, you'll recognize the tag first, and you'll recognize the logos first, and just the way an old t-shirt will kind of stick out next to newer t-shirts. So hey, I hope that helps, guys. Hope that answers the question. If you guys have any more questions, comments, concerns, that kind of thing, go ahead and leave them here and I'll try to answer them in a video. And happy hunting. I hope you guys find lots of cool stuff and make a bunch of money. So have a great night, and I'll see y'all next time.